Good morning and welcome to Climate Change as a Matter of Human Rights.
It's a subject many argue doesn't get the attention it deserves. The impact of global warming on marginalized communities like family farms in Africa.
The season started changing. The yields from the garden started reducing. We experienced heat waves, droughts.
The impact on island nations threatened by rising seas.
We are not accepting having to relocate permanently from our country because it is where it is and that's where we deserve to be.
Climate change is a people problem, to quote this UN climate summit in Colorado, right here, right now.
I think a lot of times we talk about climate change as this sort of future issue that's going to be affecting future generations. But the reality is that for many Indigenous communities in the Global South, climate change is already here.
4,000 in-person and virtual summit participants from 90 countries asked what can be done to address this human rights issue.
We cannot rely on the institutions we have built. We need to build power, and people power will sit at the heart of the solution here.
Fossil fuels have got to go!
Young people in particular, he said, who are pushing to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The University of Colorado, the summit host, has a long history of environmental sustainability, but found itself a target of its own students during this conference. This group is calling on this university to divest their endowment, treasury pool, and retirement funds from fossil fuels.
It's just really hypocritical that they claim to be sustainable, and yet investing in fossil fuels is completely going against that.
We've got to show them.
The school says it's a discussion it would like to have. One prominent climate activist says this kind of pressure needs to be applied globally.
We need a movement.
A women-led movement, former Irish President Mary Robinson suggests, that holds governments and polluting corporations' feet to the fire when it comes to climate action.
We need to understand and make more visible the injustices we're talking about, because I think if we do that, we will start a kind of understanding of the moral imperative of climate justice.
Much more money, she says, is needed to help communities adapt to the climate crisis. Legal action is also a potentially powerful tool to force change.
We're actually seeing some remarkable breakthroughs because human rights provide processes and institutions by which people can hold governments accountable to their commitments.
Some think a clean energy world can only be created from the ground up.
We need different solutions because the same group of people or sectors that cause the problem are the ones that are deciding.
A set of human rights climate commitments arising out of this summit will be unveiled next year. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Boulder, Colorado.